Hello, 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 hello. Whoa, whoa. Row, 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 row.
First, they took your family and your riches. Then they took your health and your pride. Finally, they left you to die. What will you do, exile, when there is nothing left but to live or die? Now that you've chosen, what will you become?
What is up, everyone? This is Xirlo here with Xirlo Gaming, bringing us back another, I don't want to say series, but just kind of some videos I wanted to do on a new game, Conan Exiles. It came out last week. Was really excited to play it. I mean, honestly, I'm usually against early access games, but it looked really, really good. I've been playing mainly in single player. I don't really play online, just because of how early it is in development. Players can just bust down your walls with their fists and stuff like that. So until it gets a little bit more developed for the online play, I'm not necessarily going to play online. Now, there is a server I did apply for. It's a roleplay server, but you have to be whitelisted. So I'm just kind of waiting on that, see if it ever goes through. I know I talked about it in one of my Resident Evil playthroughs, but really there's like probably 500 plus applications, probably more now, and the chance of me getting in is very slim to nil. But I've just been kind of learning the game, so let me go ahead and hit single player here. And it does take a while to load up, so I'm going to be cutting out and then bringing you to the game that I've been playing on. And so yeah, let's go ahead and click continue. Now, if y'all end up wanting, I can start brand new and just kind of show you the growing pains and stuff like that. My world's a little bit different. I've created it so it's more fun for me. The very first character I played on the set defaults. Let's just go ahead and hit continue while it does it, and I'll just talk through it. The set defaults. So what that means is my crafting, my gathering was all set at default speed of 1. And that means it's its natural progression. It takes a little bit longer to craft things. It doesn't go through too quickly. I actually increase those so they're faster. So I can craft things a bit faster. I get more things when I gather, such as striking stone or harvesting wood. You'll see when we get to playing the game. I'll just kind of do a nice run through of it. Also, I boosted the amount of experience I get just because I'm playing by myself, and this world is not very forgiving. So I give myself 3 times boosted experience. I still can get my butt handed to me, but it does make it so it's almost like I'm playing with but not playing with people, but it's more boosted, so it's easier and it gets me moving along a lot faster. Because I know a lot of people like to play these games because the crafting and all that, and it's a lot of fun. I'll show you the tower I'm building. I kind of messed up a couple things and trying to figure out how to fix it. But yeah, basically I'm trying to tower up to a ledge where I want to build an altar. So, alright, it's still loading in, so if you notice it's kind of a little strange. But I'm going to be watching the video here, making sure it looks good. Yeah, it does this twice. I was trying to use OBS to record this because my Elgato wasn't recording sound for some weird reason the other day. It's still loading in. But I think we're looking pretty good here. Let me turn up the volumes. I have it turned down just because of, well, I listen to music while playing. So let's go ahead and boost that to that. Yeah, we're getting some sound. So honestly, you don't need a lot of sound. I guess just for the video, we'll go ahead and do that. I'll boost it all the way for you. I know you see these down, but I don't have to talk to anyone. I have no one interested there. Music, we'll keep it low. And sound effects a bit higher. Alright, so this is Conan Exiles. You'll notice one thing that I am playing as a female. I think they look better than the male characters. I really think, like, but then again, it's kind of like the world of Conan. The male characters are all beefy and strong and muscly, and I don't know. For me, I either want to play a really fat dude or a really skinny dude. But I play in third person most of the time because it's fun. As you can see, there are creatures that roam the land. There's a bunch of stuff. This map is huge. This is me on my island. My very first island I started off on, I believe it was right here. Actually, this one right here. When I was creating and all that stuff. And then I found, I wanted to just kind of explore the land, just kind of get an idea for what's out there. So I kind of entered in cheat mode and started jumping around and figuring out more and more of the game. So that was actually something to help me out. You'll notice at the very top left of the screen you have your health, which is the heart. The lightning icon is stamina, so when you run or swing or anything, it does take away from that. You don't want to run out of stamina or else you can't do anything. You'll have a water meter as well right next to that. So you do need to go into the water and drink. And you do need food as well, which I have on my 8 key. So we're all good. And right next to that is the experience. So you do level up. It's really fun. Right now I am level 15. Again, I do have boosted experience and all that. So it's been more fun for me because I can move on and craft and not be stuck. Because like right now, I think I'd be about level 7 normally. So I'm just trying to get things taken care of. So let's go ahead and anvil is how much I can carry. It's your carrying capacity. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I've been building. Hopefully we don't get attacked. So we've got a tower here. I need to fix a couple of these walls. And I'll do that later on. But I'm towering up, trying to get on top of this stone structure. So in this game you can build Mitra. I think it's Mitra or Mitra as my god. And it's a god of justice, basically. You punish the wicked. And so I'm going to put my altar up there because I think that's more fitting for a god. Or at least an altar. Now, I know there's different levels of altars, but we're going to do altar 1. If you notice, I'm doing these pillars. I'll pillar up, and we will definitely make it a lot better. So this is taking a little bit of time. But yeah, let me go and show you some of the game. I think it's really it's a really cool game so far. Now, it is early access, and for the most part, I'm forgiving of some things, but other things I'm not too forgiving of, just because even though it's early access, I still expect good results, especially from a company like Funcom. I know they don't have like major mainstream games and stuff like that, but I mean, they did an MMO, The Perfect World. I played that for a little bit, and it was an okay game. And so they have other games from Conan as well that people just absolutely love. So I do expect a company. I don't consider them like a big company or a small company. I consider them in the middle. But I do expect, updates and stuff like that. This game is $30 for early access, so it's not cheap in any means for an early access game. And then they have a Barbarian edition where you can get like all the lore and stuff like that. Come here, bitch. I'm gonna slash you. So these guys are big ass turtles. What you do is you can, if you do buy this game, please don't do what I just did there and attack them right out the gate. They do hit really hard. You get stat points as you level up. So as you can see, my strength is 10, so I hit really hard when I'm swinging. So that's why I can take them out like that. But yeah, this is just like any other crafting style game. You're trying to build up and make your life better. Like in that video, it showed them basically starting from nothing, making something of themselves. So let's go and bring 10 food with me. You'll notice I get a lot more food, a lot more cloth and stuff like that. And again, that's just because it's boosted. And that's all I'm going to say about that from here on out. So if you do have questions about it, feel free to put it in the comments below. Or if you want, you can always send me a direct message. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Yeah, I've just been working on my tower. As you can see, got a pickaxe to harvest stone. You can actually, so the tools are a little bit different in the sense, so let's do a comparison. The best game to compare this against is Ark. That's the one where you can tame dinosaurs and whatnot. I purchased the game. I played it for 46 hours, something like that. I will honestly tell you, I didn't care much for the game. Oh, you want some of this? You want some of this? Do you want some of this now? Best way to level in this game, honestly, is go out and kill monsters. If you don't do it, you're going to level really slow. I mean, granted, you'd think, everything's all set the same. 3 times experience for everything. But yeah, everything gives different experience levels. So, yeah, kill monsters. But anyways, like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, I was comparing this to Ark. I didn't really care for Ark. Played it about 46 hours, like I was saying, and it never really hooked me. I mean, I got to the point where, I tamed a raptor and all that stuff, and something weird happened with the game, and came back on, and my raptor went away, and don't know what had happened, but it took me a long time to tame that raptor. It took me a long time to build up to that, and, it just, like, the characters, I don't know, for me, it's like, they didn't look human, and that's probably what they were going for, but it's hard for me to play a character when I feel like they're giving them human qualities and they're not human. But, again, that's neither here nor there. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm just storing stuff because there's a lot of weight that I'm carrying. And so let's do this. I'm just going to store the stone. We're going to go down to very minimal weight. Here, maybe not this episode, maybe in future episodes, but and I don't even want to call them episodes, I just want to call them videos, because I don't know if this is something that people will like. I like it, honestly. I find it relaxing. This is something, when I'm done doing what I need to do, I can just kind of sit back and just harvest some stone and have some fun. Right now I'm just using all stone weapons. Really beautiful game. I am on medium graphics right now, just because I want the video to be as smooth as it can be, because my computer, it is older. I was impressed that I could play Resident Evil, honestly. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this. So that's my tower. I told you I was pillaring up there. But eventually what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to start going north. Because I'm going to need rarer ingredients or tougher to get ingredients. And up this way, we've got hyenas. You've got some... What are they? What would they be considered? They're not ostriches, but like emus. And they kick really hard. The hyenas cripple you, but they're easy enough to kill. I could kill them right now if I wanted. I couldn't kill the emu, I don't believe. And then you got spiders. You've got all this stuff just up in this area. But the reason why you want to go up here is you're going to find coal. Make yourself better. And as you go further north, it gets more difficult. There's NPCs, non-playable characters you can fight. You can actually make slaves to work for you, to cook for you, to do all this stuff. And my character's not even close to that point. This city here, do not go there unless you are fully geared out. You will die. Basically, think of this as, I don't want to call it the end area, but this has a lot of good stuff here. But there's dragon-esque style creatures. They don't have wings. They do have bat creatures up over here. And skeletons are over here too. So, I don't know. There's a lot in this game so far for a pre-release. Pre-release? What is it again? Early access. There we go. So it's really interesting. So it starts you down here. I remember watching a lot of streamers playing this starting off the gate, and they didn't realize where they were starting from. For some reason, it seemed like they always thought they were starting up here. But you just start here, and you just run north, and you'll find this bountiful land of water and everything you need to survive. Now, it's been a week. Everybody knows that, and they're so much further progressed than I am. They know how to make steel. They know how to do all this stuff, but I'm still kind of stuck in this area, and so I wanted to move on. So, really when it comes down to things, you're not missing much when it comes down to me building this tower or anything like that, just because that's the boring I'm mining stuff time. And you'll probably hear my computer. The fan really kicks off on this game. It's going to sound like a whining noise. I was going to move my mic, but I forgot to. So if I do continue this in future episodes, I'll make sure I move that. You want some of this, motherfucker? Okay. Those guys are very loud. They stomp. There's little baby creatures as well. So let me go ahead and do this because it's been about 20 minutes. I wanted to do a quick overview. I didn't know it was 20 minutes. I feel like most of this was loading, so I'm not going to even pay attention to that for right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the game a little bit further. When you're starting off, you start off with nothing. You press I to access your inventory. You can pretty much only make a couple of things, and it takes you down basically to the shoes here. That's all you can make. You want to start off by making a stone pick, because stone is huge in this game. And then as you level up, you actually get to not only put out points, and leveling up can be through just walking in the world. It could just be being in the world. Traveling, like I just said, it could be from harvesting, such as mining, harvesting wood. You can even gather grasses and stuff like that. I'll show you that in a second. It could be fighting animals. There are easy animals you can fight early on. So don't think that those big turtle guys are all you have. It's just that's what I have here because I decided to go left instead of right. Now if I go more onto the mainland, we'll start seeing more of the tinier creatures I was talking about. But yeah, what you want to do is when you harvest the grasses, basically you do want to get armored up because this is going to provide you, let's go ahead and show you, armor and poise. So if you don't have that, you can't take hits as well. And then as you level up, basically, once you assign your points to however you want it to go, each thing does something different for you. You go to learn recipes, and this is where you start to expand what your character can do. My suggestion, if you're first starting off, make sure you get this apprentice craftsman, or else you're going to be very frustrated because you won't understand basically how to build the more advanced tier items. And then if you want to make a home, you need this one. So Basically, it's all trial and error and just kind of doing the best you can. So that is a real quick overview of kind of the stats and all that fun stuff. Oh, it's turning night. So it does get very dark, so what I'm just going to do is spawn it to dawn. That's the most I'm going to do on this character when it comes down to like admin stuff, is put it to dawn for while we're doing these recordings, because when it's dark like that, no one can see. I can't even see. But yeah, so my character, I've learned a lot of different recipes and whatnot, just trying to figure out my way through the game. But like I said, the very first thing you want to do is go into these grasses, hold down E, and you'll pick up these plant fibers, and you'll get like a handful of insects, which is food early on. So don't neglect to eat those. I mean, granted, they don't fill you up, and I'll show you the best source of food in the early if you are having troubles killing things. So let me go and take you over to where I'm talking about. You want some of this? We might get in a fight, guys. Another thing that you can do if you don't want to fight a creature, if they're chasing after you, just run in the water. That's all you have to do is just boom in the water. Well, they'll run across that, but go to where you can swim. And most monsters besides, or most creatures besides crocodiles won't go in the water. So these are some of the early creatures that you can kill real quick. Usually one hit kills, and then you can harvest them. And they give you feral flesh. You can cook it and eat it. A lot of people are thinking depending on your god, you couldn't eat it. Well, you can eat it. It's just, it's not the greatest food. And there's my over encumbrance right there. So what we're going to do I have enough? We're just going to go ahead and craft some stuff real quick. So just kind of help ease up my weight. So I'll just do that. Just because my tower, I love how you can't see it from here, but you know it's there. But here's what I was showing you. You want to come and get these eggs. These eggs will be your lifesaver in the early game, just in case you don't have a campfire to cook the feral flesh. Do not eat meat raw unless you absolutely have to. Just because you get sick from it, and it drains your water, it drains your health, and if you don't watch it, it will kill you. And from what I've seen with the spiders, it might run through the map. What the fuck? Okay. She like kept walking even though she shouldn't have. There's spiders, and they'll actually spit poison at you, and that can stack up to 50 times. So I'm wondering if the food poisoning does the same thing. But pretty much it's just like any survival game. Watch your hunger levels, watch your water levels, watch your stamina, and just, have fun, take it slow. I mean, you don't have to get to top tier right away. The game's not about necessarily getting top tier. I mean, you do want to eventually, but why hit top tier when you don't have to right away? There we go. We gained a level. I was hoping to hit a level this episode before we ended it. Oh, that is glitchy. I don't think we're going to be using this episode, damn it. But yeah, when you go to level up, this is basically what you do. You get points to spend. You first start off by getting 1 point every level, and then it gradually gets you more and more as you go higher up. Because, as you can see, my strength now costs me 3 points instead of 1. Whereas if I were to up my agility, which means I can wear different types of armor, or it'll be better for me to wear. I don't know. Let's read it. Agility is a measure of ability to move when wearing different. Okay, so I can move better when wearing heavier armors. Encumbrance is the weight you can hold. So I'm just gonna keep popping that, and then let's go ahead and I think we're good to do one more in 3. And then I forgot to jump over to my crafting. Most early levels you get just a couple points. As you can see, I have 4. It has grown as I've been playing, so it's pretty cool. You've got a bunch of different weapons, bunch of different armors you can get. Yeah, so really cool. Not sure what I want to spend those points on just yet, but I will figure it out. And this, another word of warning, these nests, if you build too close, they will not spawn any eggs. So if you want to keep a nest around you so you have permanent food, build further away from it, because it will not spawn any food if you're too close, from my experience anyways. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and check on the episode, make sure it looks good. And, you know, it's almost a 30-minute episode. I thought this was going to be like a quick 10-minute episode, nothing big or major. So, anyways, I will see you come the next video.